what the fuck did you just say you were doing? What are you doing these days, man?
You're educating yourself.
Jesus.
I'm
Like
putting
a real
myself
American?
to sleep with these beautiful space documentaries.
Oh, those are beautiful.
I love falling asleep to documentaries.
It is such a nice, calming thing.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. And then you start up the episode again, and it's like, I didn't get to this part last time.
Yeah.
Let's learn something new.
Oh,
Just listen to Carl Sagan fucking explain the wonders of the universe to you.
I exclusively watch these like Tubi documentaries in like 15 to 25 minute increments.
Yeah.
And then I pass out, and then I go, well, let's figure out where we left off.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I like about documentaries, though, falling asleep to them, is that there's no... Usually movies and shows are mixed like shit, where like the volume for the voices are real low, music then spikes up. Documentaries,
happens.
flat. Doesn't matter.
Usually.
Until you're on Tubi and you get one with like...
That one had that fucking highlight reel of 9/11.
Jesus Christ.
It was crazy, man.
Fucked up documentary. You going to sleep soon.
Zeitgeist.
It was a good documentary. He didn't give me that heads up until
Yeah.
after I watched
Yeah,
it.
I meant to text him, hey man, you might want to skip. There's like a 8-minute scene where you see the plane go into the building, probably 28 times.
Might be a little sensitive for you there, bud.
Lowballing it 28 times. And then a highlight reel of Bush and like two other people at the time just constantly saying like terrorism, war on terror.
Oh, that was a little trippy. I had to lower it.
Yeah.
Christian was sleeping.
Yeah,
Sometimes I gotta...
It had like almost circus music behind it or like some type of like...
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
That, like,
I wish Tubi did.
Yeah,
I wish
there's a
Tubi.
lot.
I wish Tubi did with like what Hulu does, where if you watch one and then you watch another, and then it'll just shut off. Tubi will just play all throughout the night. So I'll wake up at 2 a.m. to like, the world is not as you know it. The world is a scam. Your banks are fucking you. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta
crazy how
fucking
much
turn this
money they're
off.
fucking getting and still can't make a goddamn good system. It's like Netflix is the fucking base. Just everything go off of Netflix.
Yeah,
For
everything
the
go off
love
of Netflix.
Christ.
Netflix is slipping.
Really?
They don't have an option
They don't
to
have shit either.
but they don't have an option to pay like the whole year. They just keep dinging you every month, and they jack their shit up more than anyone.
Well, yeah.
Isn't it like
that's
$14?
because-
But they can't. Where's the last time I got a good show out of them? I'm getting good anime. How long did it take them to put out Ragnarok?
It is funny
Trailer Park
how
Boys?
when you look at like the
Years
like
ago.
the recently coming, it's a lot of like old shit, and a lot of the new shit
Is
a lot of it's like Bollywood shit, like Indian, and like I see a
I've
lot
noticed
of
that.
Spanish shit.
I've
too.
noticed that.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of like new English shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just like a time thing or
Well,
just
it's
like
'cause
which also
seasonal.
We're
Also-
out of
Also, when I go
out
to
of
these
season.
tabs on Netflix where it's like new movies, don't show me
same
the
fucking movies.
fucking don't show me the same fucking movies, one, and don't show me where 3/4 of them are in a different language. Like I don't fucking care. I'm not reading subtitles.
My favorite is when I like go through all of recently added, and then I go through like all of new movies, and like I just looked at the same list fucking twice. That was fun.
Yeah,
And
or
their
then the
thing used to
fucking
be like-
popular part where it says like popular movies. It's the same fucking garbage that's been on there for like 4 years.
Yup.
And their thing used to be that they had like the crazy good algorithm. Now their algorithm is that.
It's shit.
It's 3 lists of the same list of shit
Yeah.
that they like tried to make.
It's like, ooh, trending. Oh, this movie from 2013 is trending.
Trending
Nice.
might be like the biggest turn off list to find. Like if I've seen a thing and I find out it's from trending, I'm like, oh, what am I, a fucking faggot? Like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I
I'm
like
watching something because, oh my god, other people are watching. Like that's
I like-
the dumbest
I
shit.
like when it pops up when I
always
forgot
wonder.
about it.
I always wonder
yeah,
if
it's
that's
cool.
I always wonder if that's
But, like,
just like
that
an
could be anyways.
extra. I always wonder if that's just like an extra box you have to check when you sign a deal with Netflix to be like, oh, we're gonna give you X amount of money for your movie, but if you want it to be on the popular and trending tab,
Like extra
we're gonna
money
give
to
you
pay
we're gonna
for it.
give you this amount of money that's a little bit less.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, even fucking like the local guy that I had to come from my sewer, I called him because the guy from the city came out and was like, yo, here's a list of all these people. Like, they paid to be on this list.
Yeah.
So here you fucking go. But they did pay to, and it's not because they're great.
They used to do that
They
at-
paid to be on this list.
Right.
They used to do that at Depot. They would when I worked at Home Depot, like contractors would come in and they would, I don't know if they would pay or if they would do something, but they would get put on like our contractor list where people came in and they were like, do you guys have recommendations? Like, yes, here's this list of scumbags that come in here.
Let's give us
predators.
money on the side,
Yeah.
so you give them money.
We give them 10% off and they'll do jobs for us.
real.
Yeah, they'll underbid your fucking bullshit side project.
Yeah.
Might not do the best job, but they'll get it done.
Yeah. No, it's fucked
No,
up.
I can see Netflix fucking doing that shit.
Right?
Like a new movie.
I always
It's
wonder
like,
about
all right,
that.
give me a little something on the side, make this movie fucking.
Or like that top 10 list. Majority of things on there are hot garbage.
Bro, Netflix put out a new game show that me and my family watched.
What show?
You've been talking this game show up.
It's not great, but it's interesting.
It's been reigniting the spark
I
in
wanna
your
hear it.
family.
What's this game show?
No.
Is it better than Steve Harvey's game show?
No, that's what I'm making them watch next. Because watching this made me realize that my sister's never seen a game show. So
Really?
I'm like,
I love
you
game
ever seen
shows.
Family Feud?
Game shows are great.
Yeah. So we're
Like
moving
the
into
old
that
Nickelodeon
next.
game shows. Those are my
Oh.
favorite.
What was the Mayan Temple?
Yeah,
one?
that
oh my
shit.
God.
Oh,
and like that, like the
Olmec's
Nickelodeon
Temple?
Family Feud bullshit.
Yeah.
I loved that stuff.
Double Dare.
Yeah, and they get
Double
fucking
Dare
slimed
2000.
It was
and
all on
shit.
like Nick 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking great.
What was
shit,
that temple
great shit.
one? Was it Olmec's?
No, you just said it. What was it?
It's like Mayan
Yeah, Temple of the Mayan or
Yeah.
something.
I'm right. Stop trying
That's
to
not it.
gaslight.
It wasn't Temple Run.
Yeah, that's
It's
that.
not Temple Run. That's the app. Keep going.
Hey,
Continue.
what's the new game show?
Bullshit is hosted by Howie Mandel, and what it is
Yo, Howie Mandel.
did you want me to talk or did you want to?
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thing neither of us said.
Okay.
Wrong.
Feel better now?
Yeah, keep going.
You fucking.
This is where the lulls happen.
No, I just enjoy watching you. Like watching you sort it out. You're like, I'll just tap a couple of these, get back in my rhythm. Like,
Get back in the groove.
no, but yeah, this is where lulls happen. When someone starts to talk, you hit.
Bullshit.
It's a person on one side, 3 people on the other side. It's trivia. I don't. It's like an interesting game. I don't know that it's good.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that it's sustainable.
I like trivia.
I do too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because the game is, so question comes up. You get 4 choices, 4 options. You get a couple seconds to put your answer in on the screen. You lock in. While you do that, the other 3 people, they are now going to call bullshit on your explanation or not. Now you have to defend your answer. So
Oh,
the
this is a
trivia,
game made for you.
I
This
enjoy
is
it.
your type of game.
Well, I already figured out how to game the system. No one else is. Everyone's a fucking idiot on this show. You don't even. Yeah, we'll get there.
Keep going.
But so like, if the question is like some like baseball trivia or some shit, you'd be like, I know the answer to this because I grew up in Cleveland, outside the Baseball Hall of Fame or whatever the fuck. Like
Oh, so you don't tell them the answer.
you do. You say my answer is this, and I know that because so the trivia questions are kind of off the beaten path because they can't be shit that everyone's gonna know. Because then if that person doesn't know it, you know they're bullshitting just by virtue of you know the answer. So it has to kind of be like weird enough trivia that like someone might know it, but like it also more often than not someone might have to rely on just bullshitting their way through it. What half these people do is they just make their like best guess and then they like explain how they made that guess. So everyone's like, okay, but that's not you knowing it. Bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. But as long as you make one of the 3 people believe, you get to go on to the next round. So people are just like and you get to lock in your money at 2. It follows like a want to be a millionaire pay structure almost.
It's a 1-round game.
It's a 1-round game. I get all the money. But you can lock in twice. So like people are just like not doing good at this game and still walking away with like $100,000.
Really?
And my sister asked like, where does Netflix get the money to do this? And I was like, I guess
From us.
they literally make enough money off this show now that it was worthwhile to spend all that money on Howie Mandel and a set and everything, and then also to give away money to like borderline fucked in the head people that like
How do we get on this show?
I would ruin
I would
them.
love to get on like a game show.
See, I don't think I'd do good on a game show.
Really?
I
would
usually agree.
Freeze the fuck up.
This one,
Oh, really? I feel like we do good.
you know
I
what
would
the thing is
panic.
with this show?
Like Family
Everyone
Feud?
shows off their tells because they'll know one answer and be like, oh, it's this
You
because
mean
I know it.
Stone face.
Yeah, every answer you go, I know the answer because I know every answer. And you just say that every time. It's like Forrest Griffin talking about Jim Brown. You just get up the same every time. No one's going to know if you're tired or not. How's someone going to tell me if I'm bullshitting? If I was right 5 times and wrong and bullshitting 5 times, but every time I just go, yeah, I just know the answer. Everyone's up
You know
there
what
trying
it
to
is?
tap dance for him. It's like,
This is why
you're
we're probably
fucking-
not going to get on a game show because they're going to go, we like what you're doing, but we need a little more pizzazz. You know what I mean? We need a little extra something.
How fun would it be to me and you flip? You go in the audition.
Oh, I go into
You're
the
razzmatazz.
hey, y'all.
And then we just fucking flip-flop
Switch.
at the game day.
Yeah.
I'm
Come
out
in.
there.
Hello.
That cold shoulder.
Yeah. Are you Mark? Yeah.
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 Questions.
Questions. I got answers. You give me questions, and I take money.
Let's go.
Howie, big fan.
Howie, big fan. I'm glad you kept the soul patch. You look good.
Oh, God.
You're looking clean. I heard you're a germaphobe, but we're going to get through this.
I don't
man.
want to touch any of these savages
Fist bump,
either.
brother. Howie Mandel's great. Remember Deal or No Deal?
When my brother was more severely autistic, that show was pretty fucking repetitive in my house.
Really?
He was a big Deal or No Deal fan.
I used to love Deal or No Deal.
He had the game that would plug into the TV via the 3 cables. Remember those?
I remember
classic
I remember those games. Used to get them from like Kohl's or
Sure.
like
like
Circuit
little
City.
fucking
Yeah.
game? Okay.
Play
Remember
a little
Circuit
Deal or
City?
No Deal? Yeah, do I remember Circuit
Radio
City?
Shack.
Oh, Radio
on now.
Shack.
Preach.
Come on.
I think it's fucking wild. My wife watches the murder shows all the time,
Sure.
and whenever it's like old shit, they're like, "Yeah, I got all these explosives from Radio Shack, and I made this fucking bomb." I'm like, "Is that the real reason why Radio Shack shut down?
Yeah,
What's
every
going on? I
fucking
can't buy that
Unabomber
shit at
type
fucking
dude.
Best Buy, bro."
Radio Shack did have some good shit though. They had like
That's specific good.
they had
shit
like
for,
specific
bombers.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
that
like
was like us going to Ace Hardware.
yeah, trying
Yeah.
to make meth or whatever.
He's like, yeah, we don't sell any of this anymore. Too many people are trying to make meth. And we're like,
You
Well,
don't say.
that's
Interesting.
weird.
It's on Grandma's list. I couldn't tell you.
So strange. Well, we'll get out of your hair.
that's like when my mom makes me go buy allergy pills for her because you can only buy so many allergy pills. Because people make meth or whatever it is.
You know it's meth, yeah.
Yeah, so my mom will buy them, my dad will buy them. They take them every day, but they don't give you enough for the whole month. So my mom goes, I need you to go. I need you to get some allergy. I need you to get me some allergy pills.
I wish painkillers
Strong
were like
stuff.
Yeah.
that. Just run in there.
Just grab a couple.
Get your 5 that you're allowed.
I think it's crazy that it's like that here.
Didn't
But
you?
like if you go to Mexico, it's like you can just go to the pharmacy, just get 100 painkillers if you want. You have the money for it.
Didn't
How it should be in a free country.
Didn't you hear something that
Thank
like
God
they're
for
gonna,
health insurance.
Didn't you hear something they're going to legalize everything?
But I heard something. That means I heard it from Spud on a podcast I listened to.
What in Oregon or fucking something they're gonna do it?
No, it's a man's name.
Oh.
Spud. So you know he knows what's up.
Yeah.
But what are they doing? They're
Spud and Billy were talking, and they're saying. So you see how they're cracking down on cartels.
Yeah.
So, I guess I don't even remember all the points. It's not even make any sense. But
going to legalize everything.
yeah, they're gonna legalize all drugs. They're gonna rein in the cartels and bottle up like their control of things. And Big Pharma's gonna like start selling you like legal cocaine and stuff, which I guess they're doing in Canada already. I didn't realize.
I find it harder to believe that they would stop the drug trade because how much fucking money they get from the taxpayers.
Well, that's what they were saying was how much like it's already like in the system. That's why it's going to be like such a big shift. The dude was saying like it's not like all of a sudden they're just cracking down on the cartel and like everything's going back to normal. Like clearly it's like such a big systemic issue. He was saying that like things are finally like, you know, because he's in the rabbit hole deep. He's saying like enough things are falling into place
Yeah.
where now this domino is going to
yeah.
fall.
Because why wouldn't it, though? Like, like the prison systems would be, they would get less people for bullshit crimes.
Could you imagine trying to get those millions of people out of prison for petty drug thefts or like petty drug possessions?
Well,
and
that's what I mean. Do
everything?
you just release everyone? Because they did
And-
that with all the weed people, right?
And they do that during
To a
COVID
degree.
too, though. They just let a bunch of people out.
Yeah. They let Harvey Weinstein out.
Well, that's different.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not even really who I would be worried. I mean, more like, I guess this shit technically was violent, but it's more as like a position. I feel like he'd lost his position of
His
power.
position of power.
So now, like,
He's just a dude.
yeah, like what threat is he to
Yeah.
anyone now?
Yeah.
He's just like a walking.
Yeah, but
Person you
I
can
don't think
call
they
a
were
piece
letting
of shit.
murderers out of the jail.
No, they're not letting fucking
Yeah.
like.
Like,
Oh, I would hope.
let
Yeah.
out the drug people. Fuck it. Who gives a shit?
Well, that's the like I said, just the
Got a strong
shitty
immune
thing.
system anyway.
What are they doing?
Could you imagine?
What are they doing? They're doing a little coke? Who gives a fuck? That doesn't bother you.
I just couldn't imagine being in
Coke
jail
would
for
bother me.
years and then looking at the news being like, "Oh, that thing I'm in jail for, it's legal now."
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get raped in the showers.
right.
I'm gonna go get.
My
You
daily.
think that's a pain in the ass? I've been ass fucked in these showers every night.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, waiting in line at the dispensary and people
Yeah.
being like, "Oh, this is such a pain."
Pain in the ass,
Woo!
brother.
Try waiting in a parking lot, hoping that your dealer's coming, and
I
it's
got-
a fucking squad car.
I did 8 to 10 because Officer fucking Dickhead took me in.
And he raped me in the ass.
God.
No, but like, think about it. Like, can you imagine if it got to the point where like less people would be going to jail? The jails wouldn't be fucking so overpopulated.
Yeah, but they want them that way.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
people make
yeah, well,
money
yeah.
off of the jails.
Yeah, 'cause it's
People
a
make money off the
it's a
people getting
for-profit
arrested.
business.
Yeah, everything. That's like saying, I have a cure for cancer. You're gonna get fucking shot in the head. You know how
Yeah.
many facilities and multi-billion-dollar industry cancer is? If you had a cure for that shit, like I said, you'd be shot in the fucking head.
It's like saying you got a car that runs on water
You'd
Yeah,
get shot in
yeah.
the fucking head.
or
You can't
poisoned.
You'd be
You're
dead of
messing with a
poison.
shit ton of money there.
So fucked
Messing
up.
with a shit ton of money.
So
Nick,
fucked up.
we went to Iraq because of Gilgamesh.
Yeah?
Do you know that?
We went to Iraq for Gilgamesh.
Yeah, dude. They found the tomb of Gilgamesh.
I thought it was for weapons of mass destruction. Here I am.
Nah, that man never had weapons
You're
of
a
mass
bit of a
destruction.
patriot, and that's
The only weapon
big
of
you
mass
to say.
destruction he supposedly had was Gilgamesh's Stargate, brother.
God
That's the
damn.
only weapon of
God
mass
damn.
destruction.
Yeah, they never found that shit, I thought.
So apparently in 2003, like, because I guess we probably wanted to get over there for oil and shit already.
Well,
So
yeah.
that's what.
Yeah, because Cheney was already selling the oil fields. He
So
also
that's-
he also owned Halliburton. So when we blew the fuck out of Iraq and Afghanistan, his people go in and just fix it.
So not discounting any of
It's like-
that.
It's like the anniversary just happened recently, I think.
Really
Or our invasion, yeah.
nice.
Nah, dude, it was an awful video. Just destroyed
Yeah.
Baghdad.
That's great.
Absolutely destroyed it. Anyway.
In 03, though, this team that was going around, like, sending, I guess, fucking, like, sound waves underground looking for, like,
Caves
lost
or whatever,
cities
yeah.
and, it's fucking desert, shit's covered up. Well, he finds some shit. So he starts digging it up. And then, as he's looking around, he goes, huh, this is what they described in Gilgamesh. He goes, gardens, this, that, like
Yeah, he found like his city.
how it was, like, described. He's like, that, like.
The city of Uruk?
So then,
They found it.
nothing disputed yet. Found the city of. Then goes a little outside to where the river Euphrates used to be, but then like the river, like the same way
Yeah,
the pyramids
yeah.
used to be by the Nile, or so same shit. So now they just find motherfucker's tomb. So then 2 days later, we're over there in Iraq, fucking knocking down doors and shit. Iraqis apparently decided to set up shop as their defense at like the fucking history of the goddamn world museum that they have, because
Bro,
Cradle of Civilization over there, they have all the oldest
They
shit
have
in the
a me-
fucking museum.
bro, they
That's
have a-
where they make their fucking fort, allegedly,
have
and
a
then we
mess-
come through and
yeah.
wreck them.
In that fucking Mesopotamian museum. Like they have all of, like the shit from like the walls of the temple just on the walls in there. They have all these artifacts.
Like all the shit we saw the
So they
fake
had-
version of.
had-
yeah.
Bro, so
Past tense.
so they set up shop in there. But before that, it was military people all dressed in black went in.
Because people were looting, but then there was also these guys.
There's also pictures of U.S. soldiers in there just taking pictures with all the shit. And then they didn't loot. They didn't loot any of the valley, but there was thousands of dollars
they weren't taking like every gold thing they saw.
millions of dollars in gold and all this shit. No, they went downstairs to the secret area and they took
where there were things that had like Harry Potter style. There'd be like 10 copies of a thing.
Right.
They would take the original.
Take the right one.
They would all take the original. All of that shit was gone. They leave. I think the Iraqis set up shop in there, and then all the people go in and just fucking loot the place, and all the shit was stolen.
Bits.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then no one talks about Gilgamesh's fucking body anymore.
Yeah, no one's gone back. No one's looked. It's like
the science team that discovered it had to evacuate because of the war happening. The same fucking way that Göbekli Tepe was being excavated, and then all of a sudden, ISIS popped back up.
Who's destroying all the temples?
Yeah,
fucking
when they're taking
they have cranes and fucking
excavators,
and
jackhammering off that thing's face.
Dude is hanging off of he's rappelling down this temple.
Dudes are driving in military formation. Supposed to believe that they're like guys in caves that someone just threw a key to, you know, like,
and they're supposed to be like Islamic fucking extremists, and it's like, no,
that's that thing Putin was talking
that's
about.
That dude who's pissed off at you guys probably for doing this shit, or I don't know, because I know some
Putin was saying they're just mercenaries. That
maybe probably.
He's like, you think Obama doesn't know?
Because I know there is I think there's a sect of I don't know if it's Sunni or a certain type of Muslim people. They don't like icons, like pictures and shit.
Yeah,
that's why,
thing of it.
Yeah, they don't show like Muhammad's face. Like they don't do any of that.
That's why South Park's the GOAT.
I love it.
God.
Did you see the thing of? I think it was a wrestler. Because they had it was the NCAA championships recently, and some wrestler was like, after he won, he was thanking God. Sure, whatever. Then he throws in, there are no false gods. All other gods are not real, just mine. And you're like, that seems like a lot already. And then he literally goes, no Allah, none of that. Just says,
what religion is he?
Christian. What?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What kind of other asshole says shit?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does it sound like?
That's fucked up.
It's crazy.
Your God is fake.
Can you imagine?
Ricky, go ahead.
No, that's all I heard. Just can you imagine having that little fucking brain activity?
Ricky Gervais had a good point. I forgot where I saw this from, but he had some interview where he was talking about God, and he was like, if you're born in America, you're probably a Christian. If you're born in the Middle East, you're probably a Muslim. If you're born in India, you're probably a Hindu. How is it that all the people in those areas, my God is real. I have the real God. All these other people are going to hell. But the dude in America says the same shit about the dude over there. The dude over here says the same shit about the dude over here. And it's like, how do you have the right God when mine's bullshit? It's like, oh, you don't think they're all just the same fucking rehashed story over and over again?
I don't know if Ricky Gervais gets the credit for that idea.
No, he said he's in an interview.
Might have regurgitated that one, but I mean,
Gervais.
He was the first one.
He was the first one
I heard.
So smart.
He's the first one I heard it
I
from.
don't like him.
You don't like Ricky Gervais?
Not at
I
all.
love Ricky Gervais. He's great.
I mean, it's very small bits. I can handle him.
I can
Why?
hear him saying that like he's the smartest guy in the fucking room.
Yeah.
Where it's like, congrats for thinking.
I can't do like a whole movie of him.
Oh, I love Ricky Gervais. He's great.
He's awful.
Oh, he's tremendous.
Not a fan.
His specials are great.
Fucking those documentaries I was watching and about like all the space shit and everything. It had all these goddamn old people on it. And I was going back and I was thinking, like, when I was 7, I was watching Barney and shit when they were, like, doing rocket ships to the moon. And I learned about, like, basic physics and just, like, science and all that shit. But there are fucking, like, 70-year-old people out there right now that know literally none of that shit because they were never taught it, like, at all. I'm just thinking about the mass amount of our population that has no idea about any of this fucking science and all this bullshit. And you go talk to people about, like, do you think aliens are real? And it's like, no. It's like, do you know fucking anything at all?
Yeah, have you seen anything? Like, anything at all?
Well, it's like when people vote no to weed, and it's like, why? Because you went to church as a kid, and now you just kind of like
70 years
vaguely
ago?
have it in your head that that's like bad, and you're
That's
like, well,
taboo.
Like,
I got neighbors like that.
I'd almost rather you be completely indoctrinated and like hate something
Yeah.
and be like blinded by like rage.
Oh,
I'd
for
almost
sure.
understand that more than just like this vague, like, well, no, it's not.
Well,
It's
that's
not
like
good.
Well, that's like the people who are like completely against drugs. Oh, I'm not do. That's fucking crazy. You're a fucking loser if you do that shit. But then they'll go out and they'll drink a fucking they'll drink a case of beer and they'll go out and party at bars and shit and drive drunk. And it's
I was
like,
proud of myself last night. My sister asked me something about weed, if it was like better than drinking, and I was like, I easily could have been like, oh yeah, it's way better, and I was like, it's like slightly better. It's like they're still both things. Like it's not like one's
It's
like
still a
free
vice.
pass. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
don't want any
coffee's
vice.
I was like, good job. Like very easily could have been just like, no. Weed's fine.
Weed's a good thing. It's from the Lord.
Yeah.
I want that to fucking like switch around, be like, oh my god, you're drinking? That's disgusting. And
That'd
just
be
be like
crazy.
just chiefing blunts.
Yeah.
Like I would never touch alcohol.
Which like
Popping
still
weed
isn't
brownies.
good. Like
No,
chiefing
by
a
no
blunt,
means.
I
By
feel like
no
I'm
means
killing
is good.
myself. Yeah.
But fuck you.
Yeah. No, he's
No, weed at least is it's like a gentle thing. Not, I mean, so is like fucking Norco. So
Right, but
clearly
I've-
it's like not better.
Right, but you can also kill
but-
yourself on Norco.
Right.
But it's also
weed
like-
has
You're not gonna
no LD.
Yeah, you're not gonna get too high on weed and then go beat someone to death or, something crazy like
when
that.
you drive when you drive a little
Right.
when you drive a little drunk, you're a little more daring. You're feeling good. You're feeling the music a little
so
more.
confident.
Speaking
really
from
fucking-
experience over here.
You're fucking going. It doesn't even matter. When you smoke a little weed and you go driving, 10 and 2, real slow, fucking going.
Maybe 5 over the speed limit.
Makes me
maybe
cautious.
5.
I'm like 5 under when I smoke. I swear to God.
I just like stay in the right lane. I'm like not fucking around with switching lanes. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, like,
No, I'm not
veer
switching.
onto the highway, veer off the highway.
Shit's fucked up.
Look, we were just saying. I had
I'm
something.
talking about Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
Good old Gil.
I ordered a good translation. I'm excited to read it. I've only read the comic of it.
Of what?
Gilgamesh.
Oh, the epic?
The epic itself. Because I guess they keep finding like new fragments and stuff.
It's not very long.
It's just so funny, like when I was reading the summary of it and then someone caps it off and it's like, yep, man's first story. And it's like this fucking like poetic thing where that like explores every aspect of human.
Yeah.
They just whipped this up
Some
like
dude just walked out of a cave and said, "Guys, I have an idea."
you guys invent farming right quick. I gotta write this shit down.
I got a story in my head that I've been thinking of for a bit.
We made
You
that
guys just-
fire the other day and it got my brain cooking.
You guys just figured out this writing thing? I'm going to try
Yeah.
some of that out.
The writing in itself is fucking baffling, just looking at that shit. I mean, that's more confusing than, like, the Egyptian hieroglyphs and shit.
That cuneiform.
Yeah.
How many of those tablets are actually decoded? Because I know they found like
I guess
hundreds of
that-
thousands of them.
Well, that dude I was telling you about, I guess, is the reason why most of them are decoded now. I guess,
Which
like
I'm
I said, they got to a point and they were like, well, like, we can do this. And then he fucking, like,
So I'm surprised there isn't like a, like he has to make like some sort of key, right? Where it's like, this means,
Imagine.
I was
Hey,
trying to find this,
this
for
means-
hieroglyphs.
this
It's
means
so
B.
hard.
This
you
is
find, like,
this
little
word.
preschool versions. I'm like, how is there not a book that's like, this symbol is this? And, like, just let me fucking
Yeah.
piece it together.
like a,
How is there also not a
Like, you
book
need
of
to
just...
like a
buy bunch
Egyptian-
of, like, fucking thick books or something.
I think it has to be like a textbook. Yeah.
like a Sumerian dictionary.
God, I could only imagine trying to fucking read that shit.
Bro, do you want to come with us? We're gonna go on a
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday to the Oriental Institute in Chicago. It's like part of the University of Chicago, and it's like the best place in the Western world.
It's all
to see
Sumeria,
all-
Mesopotamia.
All that shit.
I'm about it.
It's
Macabre.
literally
Yeah,
like
all right, man.
the top museum for that. We had no idea.
We're going on a Wednesday.
found it.
Wednesday the 12th next month.
All right, man. I'm about it.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to meet us,
Yeah, if
over
anyone wants to
there.
meet us there at this point, fuck. You know, and you know what's right next to it?
What?
The Rockefeller Cathedral.
Did you know that? Did you know that when someone have we talked about the World's Fair?
No, we didn't talk about it.
I've been to the World's Fair.
That's
You just came back from Tennessee, brother. We did the episode last week talking about the World's Fair.
It was
was
great
it
time.
was it beautiful?
It was good.
Did you see anything from the World's Fair?
You they did not have the deck open up top.
Ah.
So
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I wonder
all.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did any of it look like Tartarian-esque?
Any Tartarian
what
architecture?
in the fuck?
I'm just curious.
Is
any of it?
Tartarian?
Tartaria is the land that they now call Russia. It's what they scrubbed from the history books. Old maps all call it Tartaria.
Let's
Old
get
books
serious
call
for
it
a minute.
Tartaria. Genghis Khan was a great leader. They gave him a smear campaign. We don't know if that part's true, but Tartaria, great, beautiful buildings.
Beautiful
Tremendous
buildings. Tremendous
old
architecture.
world architecture, and they expanded into the Americas
The New World.
because all their buildings
Azarath.
are built out of the same type of stone that has that conducting electricity properties the same way. All those stones that are lined up around
Standing stones.
on the ley lines, so they can generate.
Nick, this was a very advanced civilization back in the day. Very advanced
So all
until the
these
SARS
buildings-
came in and took over.
they got Tesla coils on the top, so they're in Russia. They got to have some over in America.
You got to build up the grid.
Get more tapped into the ionosphere. So then,
They do have great internet in Knoxville.
Telling
There
you,
you go.
man.
thank you.
Of course they do. Damn it.
Christ.
Why wouldn't they?
So, these fucking World's Fairs, bro. Biggest sham in the world. These World's Fairs, they're putting on. All these countries come and bring their fanciest technology, and then the fucking powers that be, because we've decided that Rome is what is the turning point. Rome is where ancient history meets modern history. Rome is where the fucking cabal started. Rome is where they fucking erased the timeline. They implemented new Christianity bullshit.
The Flavians.
The
Flavians.
Flavians.
Flavian
the
Caesar.
original Rockefellers.
Flavius Titus. Titus is Jesus. We keep going. I'm sorry.
It's
We got into this all last week.
It's
You have to watch an
disgusting.
episode.
the World's Fair. All a ruse to root out everyone's advanced technology. And then, in America, they do these World's Fairs to cover up the fact that some of these buildings were here already.
You ever see a picture of Chicago? Pull up Chicago
You
from
want to see
like.
Chicago in the 1800s, Nick? Here's Chicago, guy.
It's a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful city.
Beautiful city.
Looks like
Beautiful-
Athens.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. But no. So what? I'm gonna butcher that. He's the Tartarian guy. If
Don't put that on me.
he's saying Tartaria, since it expanded over into the U.S., they have these beautiful buildings, beautiful architecture. They would host the World's Fair, and the World's Fair, what they would do is they would build out
Watch my
a
internet
nice.
be down.
They would build out a big area of these beautiful buildings with the exact same architecture. They were all made out of paper mache, Nick. That's on record. You can look that up. They're paper mache buildings. They're fake. They're bullshit. Some of them you can go into.
They prop 'em
Those were the originals.
Yeah, they prop up all these bullshit buildings
like a big
around
set.
the real ones, so that the way they can say like, "Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
whipped
look-
all this." Bro,
And then they
it's
and
the
then
same
what-
way when they bring to Giza real builders and they go, "What you're saying doesn't make any fucking sense." Like with cranes, let alone with like fucking reed logs or whatever the fuck. It's the same thing. Like you talk to a builder, they go, "You're telling me they built all this in 2 years out of paper?" No.
They've been working on a road in Queens for fucking 10 years.
There you go.
But no, so what they did is, so after they build all these paper mache buildings around all the old ones, they then go, cool, we got to tear down the bullshit we just built, and they tear down everything. Or they leave them, and then those buildings turn into government buildings, political buildings,
Yeah.
banks.
Bro, look.
There's
well,
spires.
This isn't
Yeah,
working.
what's going on
Bro,
with your internet, man?
I told you. This is why I can't upload things. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Bro, the New York Stock Exchange building looks great. Like, all these
It looks like the
old-ass fucking
Parthenon.
buildings. Yeah. And, again, they always get turned into banks and government offices.
No
and shit.
pictures of these buildings being built. No, it was built.
Bro,
it
you
was
can't
built.
find a picture of the fucking stock exchange being built.
There was cameras during the Civil War, the 1860s. This building was built in like 1910.
They have
No pictures.
picture of every other
There's-
fucking thing
There's
being built.
drawings of it being
Yeah.
built. I can get a drawing of some dude building it. No, there's no pictures.
So you're implying it just like popped there one
It was
day?
there, brother. Listen,
It's
man.
always been there.
Listen, man, that shit's been there since Tartaria, brother. I'm gonna tell you something right now. You see the New York Stock Exchange? It's only 6 floors. That thing's 6 to 8 floors. All the other buildings surrounding it are skyscrapers, baby.
So you're telling me that Native Americans were roaming around and they just had this fucking 6-story tall building there?
See, that's where it gets foggy. That's where things start.
Listen, bro, we still
That's where
have
things
like
start
day
getting weird.
jobs. We don't have time.
Listen, I can't research this.
I wish I had
100%.
a good answer.
Because that is a good question. Were the Native Americans walking around this intense civilization?
That's why they probably were just like, oh, look, it's more fucking
Look at-
randos coming
look at
over.
honkies.
They were trusting, and then they got fucking gypped.
I feel like I would use that like as a temple then.
What if they're like, get the fuck out? Or no, I don't know.
If I had a giant 6-story building,
But see, it also makes you wonder. Because if this was, when did Tartaria end? I don't know if it's during the Mongolian Empire. Hey, Nick, the Mongolians, the Mongolians. Yeah,
Yeah, whatever happened to that guy, Australian Chinese?
we
man?
can't do it. It's not a real person. No one talks like that. We can't fucking do the accent. There's no way. Try it again.
Marsupial.
Oh, dude, marsupial. No, all that is just an Asian dude in Australia talking about Australian things. Good day, mate. I see the marsupial. The kangaroo. The bloody kangaroo. That's what it is. We need I just came from Melbourne, Australia.
Australia.
Good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Oh, if it was up to me, I'd bomb Wuhan.
Yeah. Good day, mate.
Trying to blend in with the locals.
Let's put another shrimp tempura on the barbie.
I'll get more into Tartaria. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
No, we're just touching the it's just the tip of the iceberg right now. Here to speak about the tip of the iceberg. Last night I was going in a little bit of NASA. You know how NASA started?
How did
You know,
lot of-
science,
lot of-
rocket dummies.
A lot of occult history. A lot of
yeah?
fucking secret
Oh, yeah?
society shit. Yeah, brother.
Well,
So it started with-
Nazis love the occult. NASA
It started with
by a
these
Nazi.
started with these 3 dudes who I can't. One of them is L. Ron Hubbard, but I can't remember the names of the other 2 guys. One of them,
Braun.
Warner von Braun. Maybe that's the guy I'm thinking of.
That's a
yes.
German.
Nazi.
The other 2 guys. One guy.
Brought him over.
One guy was he was like a really smart physicist, I believe, and the other guy started a cult, like the Church of Satan or some shit, something like that. But he started some cult, like a religion, because apparently he was able to talk to extraterrestrial beings, and his whole thing was, in order to save humanity, we have to get in touch with these extraterrestrial beings. So him and his wife go on their honeymoon in Cairo, Egypt. And this man, he practices practical magic. You know that dude on Duncan Trussell's Midnight Gospel? Dude with the fish head?
I didn't watch that episode.
Oh, it's tremendous. Yeah, well, anyway, he practices like this practical magic. I don't even know what the fuck it is. But he does a very like occult, seance, spiritual like fucking thing in the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid. And then, because he's the Egypt guy, I guess his wife wasn't really big into Egypt. His wife started having,
Was she a fucking idiot?
because his wife was there with him. His wife starts having crazy dreams about Horus. She doesn't know who Horus is. He then takes her to the museum and she points him out. And she's like, "That's the fucking dude who's talking to me." And then they talk about this progression of the equinoxes and all that shit. And apparently, we're in the age of Horus. Procession. And apparently, we're in the age of Horus, which is like warfare and all this shit. But that dude paired up with these other 2 guys, and that's where NASA got their start from. And then I fell asleep. I passed out. Yeah, I got to get into it. That fucked up.
We're in the age of Horus. Every week we're in a new age.
Well, every culture has got a different name for it, bro.
Yeah. But if Horus is the sun, right? He's the son
The
of
sun god.
yes. Jesus is religion, Christianity,
basically
all that shit.
Hoteps.
All that shit goes back to the religion of Horus. That's like that. Horus
The
was
sun god Ra.
he was the original. He was the original. That story is the original version of all of that. Like, died for 3
Christianity
days.
is the Roman
Died for
bastardized version of the Egyptian
But
story.
like, it's the same thing with Krishna and all those other like gods, where it's like they all have this exact same origin
the
story,
only
and
thing
all goes
about
back to
Krishna
Horus.
and Hindu shit that I'm still unclear about is like, why do they have this great fucking war with fucking spaceships and shit? Like,
yeah, what is that? I don't know what that.
where does that fall in line with anything else?
Yeah, but that's not Krishna. That's Isn't that that's Vishnu, and
Oh yeah, maybe.
so maybe Krishna came later
Interesting. Maybe
because he's the sun, and maybe he was supposed to bring
he's
peace
just
to
their
something.
story of
Yeah,
that, and then this is like their actual like this is their like Anunnaki shit.
yeah, like their
Interesting.
prehistory shit.
Yeah, if I wasn't at work fucking freaking out every day,
It gets bad.
then I come home and I
It gets
just
dark.
smoke for an hour, and then I can think.
It gets dark, Nick. Bad.
I would imagine.
People test me.
I have a theory.
You see that wildebeest next to me the other day? It's disgusting.
I have a theory. I've been having profound ideas while taking a piss. I've been telling you about this. I don't know if it's recently. I've been tapping into the Akashe record while taking a piss.
I still claim that it's Akashic.
It could be Akashic. I don't know how to say it. You know, I'm not good with words.
I'm not claiming I know how to say it either.
What is this record?
That's the thing that,
It's almost
Tesla
like-
tapped into it. That dude who predicted all the shit that was about
It's
to happen.
almost like the Jungian idea of the collective unconscious. It's kind of like
Okay.
that, but then mix it into like forever. I
All
feel
right.
like Jungian unconscious is like everyone who's alive right now, like what they're got going on. This is more like every person's idea that's ever been like still exists.
The root of it?
It's
or
like the
core?
it's like the dimension
Of
where like
information.
all of like knowledge is held, and like certain people tap into it. Like Tesla tapped into it. Like he would meditate and he would tap into it, and he would get.
Like if
That's
you're
where he
doing
would get his
Kundalini
ideas from.
yoga, you could fucking like tap in, then like make yourself trip.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know if Einstein did shit like that. I can't remember, but like all like these super smart people, they like fucking meditate and they tap into this record. Anyways,
So you're
people
just
who are good
chugging
at, like,
water.
people who are
probably
good
yeah.
at like trusting their gut or like
Yeah.
sleeping on something.
Now, I'm
and,
not
like,
having
figuring it out overnight.
Now I'm not having ideas like that. I'm having ideas
Yeah,
more like
definitely.
trying to get Kanye and Whiteface on the podcast. I
Yeah,
had an
you figured
idea.
out-
I
We
figured
figured
out.
out how Jews work.
I figured out how to get Kanye and Whiteface on the podcast. I figure out things like this, maybe editing schedules, things that help with the shit in life. All right, and I think I figured it out. When you take a piss, I think it releases the same chemical when you come, because you get that jitter, and your mind. How clear is your mind after you bust a nut?
I don't think that's a chemical. I think that's just something like touching the head of your dick.
I feel like
probably.
it's but no. I feel like coming releases some sort of dopamine or something in your brain that then because I have my mind has never been so clear after you bust
I
a
think
nut.
it focuses you.
Okay, well maybe that's what it is then.
I think you're just peeing and it's
The
like
second
you're
I-
doing what you go zen for a second. Your mind
Yeah.
shuts the fuck up.
Well, yeah, exact same chemical, and I get that. I get that
That's-
fucking jitter.
Why would you why just disagree up front? Don't agree with me and then still say the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yes, a chemical.
Fucking fake me out. Give
You're
me
telling me
nodding
when
along with
you're
you.
telling me when you blow a load, a chemical doesn't release.
You're
in
not
your
blowing
brain.
load. You're pissing.
But I think that's the same because you get the same.
You know
like,
how crazy
jitter.
you sound.
You get the same like fucking
You
shiver.
get the same jitter.
I get the same shiver. I swear to God, you get the same
So
shit.
instead of like, oh, do I want to jerk off right now? No, I'm just gonna take a piss.
I'll just piss.
I mean, it's not as good. It might be. but put it this way. What about this?
How are you getting the same chemical?
What about this? It's microdosing that chemical when you come.
What chemical?
I don't know what chemical is released when you blow a load. Look it up.
Cum.
I'll look it up. What chemical?
Some endorphin, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What chemical is released when
You
you
get
come?
endorphin high when you take a piss. You
Yeah,
must be
man.
holding
Debating
that thing
taking
for
a piss,
I
way
swear to
too
God.
long,
It
man.
feels good to take a piss. No one's debating that. I just think you're overthinking it with chemicals. And
What's
shit.
oxytocin,
oxytocin?
Oxycodone.
and dopamine?
There you go.
that releases in massive amounts at the point of orgasm. Massive amounts. I'm not saying massive amounts. Maybe when I piss, I microdose a little.
Look up if piss does that. Don't just
This is my theory. It's not going to be coming out. Look at when you take a piss.
I'm wrong, but I'll.
Does it
continue to
release the
argue.
same chemical as coming?
You just found out what the chemical.
I don't even want to hear the answer to this.
Well, you guys are talking. I can't hear it. When you piss, does it release dopamine? Here we go. This is what. Here we go.
I hope it's a resounding no.
I hope it's like a Reddit answer that's like, who would be stupid enough to ask a question?
Yeah.
Parts of the
Gets you there.
parts of the SNS. That sounds like a game system. Response to a full bladder is the
Somatic
release
nervous
of
system.
I can't read that. Whatever, including urethane, neuro, and dopamine.
Yeah, when you have a full bladder, like I said.
Yeah, when you take a good piss.
Why are you waiting
motherfucker.
that long to fucking
I'm not.
piss?
I don't piss every fucking
You get
20
dopamine
minutes.
when you do 1,000 different things.
You get dopamine when you
maybe-
work out. You get dopamine when you eat good
You
food.
smoke weed and your nicotine pen. Yeah, you fucking drug addict.
Listen,
Get your
motherfucker.
dopamine hit.
I think I'm onto something.
Smoking that thing is like coming.
And if you don't want to get into it, that's fine. You can't handle.
I was trying to get into it and unpack. the
Yeah,
fact
you
that I
had me,
think-
then you lost me, man.
Yeah.
Where'd I
I think
lose
it's
you?
just that you're going zen for a second. You turn everything else off and you just piss, and then ideas come to you. That's the thing about all those people you were talking about. They don't think about something; they let the idea come to them. Everyone talks about like muses and shit. All those great artists and stuff. A muse is that. It's
Yes.
something coming to you. It's not you
Coming, yes.
coming from you
Yes.
to you.
Thank you.
That goal.
Yeah, so that the chemical.
What time are we?
46 minutes.
Oh God.
Talk about piss for 15 minutes.
No, I think I'm onto something. I'm tapping into some record, man. And it feels good.
You get though by when you saying that it's a chemical negates you tapping into any record, because then that is just the chemical. If you're tapping into
Yeah.
the record, it's what I'm saying. Stop saying yeah, you motherfucker. I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking punch you. He says yeah, and I can hear him take the next
Just
breath
like
to say
say
the
no.
opposite
Yeah.
words.
Nah, I think we're
Nah.
there's little things here. We're on the same page, but there's little things that are different.
We have a central disagreement.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't even get us.
6ix9ine got jumped. Did you see that?
Who?
Nope.
That rapper that ratted some people out?
Does this do with the rainbow hair?
Yeah, that guy. He got jumped in some dude stomps his fucking chest.
Yeah, dude, I would be fucking hanging out in Montana doing like Witsec or something.
I
Get
wouldn't
those
be doing-
tattoo removes.
Yeah.
You see dumbass Colby Covington?
No.
So Leon Edwards beat Kamaru Usman over the weekend, and
Yeah, it was by point decision, right?
Mhm.
Didn't he like get a point off and still win or some
yeah,
shit? That's crazy as fuck.
it wasn't a bad fight, but it wasn't like anything I would really tell someone to go out of their way to watch.
Yeah,
either.
well, when it's Usman, I'm like, I don't necessarily give a like
Yeah.
Edwards is good, but like I don't give a fuck if it's Usman.
yeah.
Anyway,
They had Colby there cage side, and they were trying to like get some static going between Leon and Colby, and Leon literally was like, "He hasn't fought anyone in a year. Like, why would I? Like, no." And then they asked him again at the press conference about it. He's like, "I mean, I have a say about it. I'm the champion. Like, I don't want that to be my first title defense. Like,
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't.
stupid.
There's other people that deserve it more."
Is that to do with neck tattoos?
no, that's Cody Garbrandt.
I
Yeah,
don't like him.
Who does? Nobody does.
He's kind of a douche.
he's got knocked out a lot, and now people are like, "No, come on, stop, don't be." It was funnier when he was like able to knock someone out. Be
Right,
like,
but
he's
now
an idiot.
It's
Now he gets knocked out 5 times and is an idiot, and you're like, "Hey, bud."
throw you a bone.
Yeah, he's a good guy. At the end of the day, he is like
Yeah, he's not a huge douchebag or anything.
like
but
Fuck
most
him.
of those
he
things.
looks like a huge douchebag.
Most of those like viral things of him like being dumb
I haven't
are
seen
in
any of
an
that.
effort of him like trying to defend his teammates.
Mm.
So it's him fired up, being like, "Talk about my boy, I'll fucking kill you." So it's like it does come from a good place. It's just doesn't always come out right.
Douchebag.
But I guess the John Anik was saying something about like why they were looking more into Colby over someone like Bilal Muhammad, who has like a much better resume right now. And so Bilal and Colby were supposed to fight on that same card, but Colby turned it down to be the backup fighter for the main event. So everyone was like, yeah, if you wanted a real title shot, you would have came and
you fucking do it.
beat
You earn it.
Bilal Muhammad, and then there wouldn't have been that other contender, and then you would have gotten it. But instead, you cut weight for $25K, and got to fucking wear your cool suit cage side or whatever the fuck. So Colby goes off on this whole rant about how, like, Anik is going to, like, be all buddy. But, you know, he's a fucking idiot. All of it's bullshit, obviously. But it was just funny that he's like, Anik, you know, you got kids. I don't want them to grow up fatherless. You grow up in you live in Boca Raton. I live in Miami. That's not too far, motherfucker. And it's like he's trying to be all, like, thugged out. And it's like, Masvidal literally just jumped him, and he sued him. Masvidal not sucker punched him, which is not great. But
yeah, not condoning that by any means.
But Masvidal did that, and then he sued him. And there wasn't...
like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Really?
And that was after Colby said all sorts of nasty shit about, like...
his family and shit.
After fucking wrestling him. When you say... like, I'll defend wrestlers a lot. Like, you should have to be able to get up. It shouldn't be like a thing that the ref helps you up. On the flip side, though, if you talk shit about someone's, like, family... you can't just lay on them. You got to beat the fuck out of them. Like, you can't...
yeah.
I don't
It
know.
has to be a decisive, like, in-your-fucking-face victory if you talk shit, in like, my opinion. You can't talk shit and just hug the guy for 15 minutes and be like, I won. Like, no. You need to fucking stomp that guy like you said you were going to. Otherwise, you're the bitch.
So, it was just
Like
crazy.
Khabib.
Let's talk now.
Let's talk now.
I love that shit.
I will break your face.
Him fucking up Michael Johnson being like, I'm sorry. Just you must give up. I deserve the title shot. You know this. You know this to be true. And then like dude's like, what the fuck is he's just like, all right, and then Donkey Kong's him.
Yup.
I did miss Khabib for that.
No, it's fucking crazy. I mean, I don't necessarily blame him for taking 25,000 to cut weight with a chance to make more money. Like, it's not necessarily a bad deal, as opposed to like getting, I don't know, I don't think he's gonna get 100,000 on the co-main, but I mean, if he did get 100,000 on the co-main, it's like then you got your fucking ass kicked or something. Like, it might have looked good or bad for you.
I could understand it more if he had a better resume, but he really doesn't have much of a claim to anything at this point.
I'm surprised they even gave him that the hangout spot.
Yeah. Well, it's because they know he sells.
Yeah, that's the thing. He sells, and that's the only reason that he's in that fucking conversation is because he's a name.
Bilal Muhammad is, like, there's a storyline there, too.
It's not a name yet, though.
But, like, there's a storyline with the champ in that they had a fight, and there was a no contest because of an eye poke. So it's literally, like, the one fight because Leon's unbeaten streak is real long, and then Bilal's is like 9, and that's the one fight in the past however many fights of theirs. It's like not a win; it's a no contest. So it'd be nice to like run that one back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he beat Damian Maia and Wonder Boy, so it's like you pass like the 2 tests at welterweight, and then he went and beat Vicente Luque, who was like another surging contender. He batted him away, and then when he could have done what Colby did and wait out, but he didn't. And he went and fought, like, an even younger undefeated prospect who was supposed to be, like, the deal at welterweight.
Yeah.
And he fucking stopped him in the second round. So it's like...
how do you not give that guy the title shot?
You passed the 2 big tests at welterweight. He did he beat who he was supposed to beat. Colby beat Masvidal a year ago. And
who gives a fuck about that?
outside of that, there's not much to point at.
I like Masvidal. He's not a great fighter. I like him. He's not very well rounded.
I think he is very well rounded, but we talk about it before. It's like that's his detriment. He doesn't have like
One
the thing he can fall. Like his boxing isn't good enough where he can like take over with it.
Yeah, well, he's well rounded to like not a UFC level, I think.
Like his wrestling defense is really good against most people, not against like a Colby and Kamaru.
Right. Once you get someone who is great at wrestling and
Mm-hmm.
shits on stand up, it's like, all right, then you can maybe punch some guy in the face if you can ever fucking stand up.
And I think what a lot of people fuck up is like they don't mix things together great. Like if you're better at striking than dude, but dude's gonna take you down, so now it negates the striking advantage. Like you got to figure out a way to like
Throw in your fucking fake or
yeah.
whatever.
It's
though.
like the classic example I was thinking about is like boxer versus kickboxer, jab versus low kick, and it's like it's not that one is beating the other one. It's like who establishes which one wins. You know, like you can make it so that like I'm timing your jab with my low kick and I just fucking smash you, and now you can't get your rhythm going because you can't jab.
yeah.
Or a
vice
motherfucker,
versa.
I could try to be leg kicking and you just fucking telephone pole me every time I step in, and now it's like, well, I guess I can't slow your ass down like I wanted to because I can't get to those legs. Like, so it's just shit like that where, as much as people talk about like game plan and this and that, doesn't always seem like they have one. The game plan is like to wrestle or to strike, and it's like, all right, well, you hear some of these corners. There's like 3 or 4 good corners in MMA, and then
Other than
outside of
it's
that,
dog shit,
yeah, it's a lot of like, are you fucking kidding me? You get out there and you beat his ass.
Thanks, coach.
Yeah, it's like I've been training with you for how long? Like we've done all these sparring sessions, and every single sparring session, you're like, all right, you see that hook? Like you got to move there and slip this. But then yeah, fucking come fight.
What are you
night,
doing?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's happening.
Just screaming.
There's a
They're
good moment
panicking
this,
more than the fighters are.
This past weekend, Jack Shore, his dad was in his corner, and he comes back after round 1. He goes, "What are you doing? How many fucking times did we drill a right head kick? The whole camp we drill right head kick. You don't throw one. The whole guy comes out, throws right head kick, fucking clacks him a couple
Yeah.
times, like gets it going. He drops him, subs him. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. First round was weird. I went back, corner, got me going. It's like,
That's what you need. That's what you
a
need.
good corner, man. You watch enough of these fucking fights, you see like what a game changer it is. Someone makes actual adjustments versus like, well, I guess I'll come out and roll the dice again.
I'm gonna
That'll
do
work
better.
this time. Yeah,
Yeah, do better. Work harder. Work harder.
that was. I didn't want it enough in the first round. I needed to want it more.
My favorite's always the, all right, this is the last round. It's tight. It's tight. The dude's like obviously losing, and it's
Yeah.
like you just got to go out there. And you got to win. You got to knock him out. It's like you're not telling him how to knock him out. You're not telling him like he just
And
go
that's
out there
even-
and swing for the fences and gas himself.
That's if they're even that honest enough to be like, you need the finish. Sometimes it's like they're clearly down 2-0, and it's like we need this one big, and it's like you can't hope for a 10-8 round.
Right.
Like,
Or even, yeah, just the shitty people that watch the fight, but from their perspective, they don't see, like, the fight as a whole. And it's like, no, that guy did score that point on us. Like, we probably lost that round if you fucking think about it. But they're
Yeah.
so fucking caught up in the bullshit.
you win big, it's like, all right, well, I'm glad you had like the emphatic third round, but emphatic 1 is still less than 2.
Yeah,
Like,
this isn't Pride rules, buddy.
oof.
Back in the day.
Glory had a good too. Good sudden death round.
I appreciate that shit. 'Cause
It's
I
real
think
Kumite shit.
Kumite.
dope as hell. I mean, if it's a fight ends in a draw, obviously, like a soccer
That
match.
is
You go to a
gay.
fucking
Yeah.
shootout. You fucking
You fight
throw
again.
One more round in.
We
Throw
go.
one more round
We go
in.
to slap fight.
slap fight.
Slap off. What's that thing?
Power slap.
Dude, I started following them on Instagram. It's fucking brutal.
I would imagine.
It's not even like fun to watch. It's crazy.
How are the people's faces? Are they like all fucked up and bruised?
fucking just
You know, it's
Swollen as hell.
hilarious.
swollen and shit, dude. But like, it's always like all they post are the knockouts, and it's literally
The opposite
like
of the UFC.
a dude like 1, 2, boom, and he smacks him, and you just see the guy's head go, and it just fucking like down, and then his teammate has to catch him, and then they're like smacking him, like snapping above his face. He's like, "Come on, get up, get up."
So basically, if you win the
and then
coin
you get-
toss, you win.
and then you get-
strike someone.
And then you get 10 seconds because the guy, it's like boxing where the guy's always like 10, 9, or,
So it's
or
like boxing except gay.
yeah, it's weird.
You just stand there, get concussed, get time to get
Yo,
back up from
yeah.
concussed.
It's
guys
all
are
the
getting-
negatives of boxing.
These
Yeah.
guys are getting fucked up.
Well, that's the
Like,
thing. Like,
bad.
it's just haymakers. It's not like a boxing glove. Like I'm gonna
No, like
jab
you're
and work
hitting
my
this dude
way
as
in
hard
there.
as you can.
I've seen this
Wind-
multiple
yeah,
times
wind
so
up
far.
in.
When they do that wind up shit, I guess it's like an infraction if your foot comes up, and it's like an infraction if you do something else with your hand. So people I've seen multiple clips of people fucking up and they like break 2 rules where they lift their foot up and they hit them with the wrong part of their hand because I think it's supposed to be like a slap, not a palm.
Okay.
Is maybe what it was.
Oh,
But then they fucking decimate the person.
Well, that's-
and that person can't continue. So the person doesn't foul out. They go, well, he would have been disqualified, but since the other guy couldn't continue, we gave that spot to him. And it's like, so why wouldn't everyone just cheat and win immediately?
Yeah.
What the fuck
yo,
is this?
some of these, like, you could definitely tell they're not getting hit. Like, if it was fingers, it's like, cool, yeah. How much pain can you
You're
take?
gonna break your fingers if you do that
Bro,
shit. How hard
they're hitting them with this shit, like this, like the palm, and like it's just
yeah, they're
Yeah.
bass
boom.
rooting people.
Like they're literally just doing that, and it's just
And
people
it'd be
getting
one
fucked
thing
up.
if it'd be like people our size, but it's people that are like 300
yeah,
pounds.
people who failed at powerlifting and shit.
God, but are still just juicing like all
Well, yeah.
hell.
It's
Well,
fucking,
no reason to stop that.
it's fucking crazy. I saw some bare knuckle knockout on Instagram. I couldn't tell you what it was, but it looked terrifying. Like the guy,
Bare knuckle's hard to watch.
the guy like
You hear it, and
The
it
guy,
makes my
like-
stomach hurt.
the guy like winded up like this to come over, and this dude just jabs him in the face, and he like stops and like he's knocked out just standing there, and then he fucking punches him like here, and the dude just falls flat on his back.
Christ. I love the bare knuckle. Like it's great in fucking like concept and theory and
You know
everything.
what they fuck up is they tape the wrists, so it like kind of defeat. It's like, oh, so
You
now
just
I
have a
can
club.
still like punch. It's like might as well go full out with it.
I understand why you do it.
Again, entertainment and shit. Like you got to make it so that they're not breaking their hands in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like the idea of bare knuckle was like,
I think you need some sort of wrist
'Cause,
like
yeah.
support, but not like theirs is like this.
They're
Like
not
it's
they
like
have a cast on.
yeah, it's a fucking like they can't move their wrist at all.
I mean, that's how. I mean, in my mind, that's how I would want it too.
I would want it as a guy throwing it, but I'm saying like if the point, like when Rogan's point about bare knuckle is always like you have to be a little more like selective with your shots and stuff. I feel like if you're gonna do that, you might as well go full blown with it and not like half step it that way.
Nah, if
Because
I
if
don't want
it
my
was-
wrist tapes, then I'm doing like MMA or something.
Do you see Jones had his toes taped and the commission like didn't let him in the cage because he had his big toe. He had these 2 toes taped together, and I guess in that, I think it was Nevada, in their commission, you can have your toes taped but not together.
Mm.
So he had to like cut them and then tape them individually. And then in the
Why?
post-fight presser, he was like, "If I can't tape my toes, I won't fight." I was just like,
Why?
because commissions are dumb.
I mean, I could
Why also-
understand not
why
doing
tape
it
your
if you have
toes
a
also?
broken toe and you want to like tape it to the other one so you can fight.
Well, remember he had that thing against Chael Sonnen when in the post-fight interview he looked down, he was like, "Ho!" and his toe was like pointing this way.
Right.
So I think ever since then he just likes to tape it.
Which is a normal
don't
smart
blame
thing.
him,
Even if like when we get back to the gym, if we haven't like done anything in a while, we start kicking and just on the balls of our feet, the fucking skin comes right off.
Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, I remember even just fucking around in your basement. I like lost all the skin
Yeah,
on my
it's
toe.
disgusting.
Like it was nothing. It
So
was
I mean,
just
especially
meat.
when you're on like a new canvas like that, like yeah, like I like taping my feet also, so I don't necessarily blame him. I don't tape my toes together, like I said, unless they're broken though.
I'd wear boxing shoes.
I'd give you those boxing shoes I have.
I stopped going to that gym though.
You can still have them. This guy was giving them away. I was like, I'll take them.
Fucking keep them so we can fucking go box in your garage.
I'm not wearing boxing shoes.
All right, well we can use them to wrestle.
DC was
I'll wear
talking
'em.
about how at
We
AKA
can box.
they
I'll
make
wear 'em.
everyone get wrestling shoes and singlets and learn how to wrestle. And I was like, I appreciate where you're coming from. That's crazy.
That's absolutely.
Why a singlet? I never got the singlet.
Talking to the wrong guy, brother.
I never understood it at all.
I kind of. I want to justify it somehow. Well, I feel like you can't.
Is it because
like, you
there's
can't
because
pull
there's
a
nothing to
shirt up or
grab?
something?
There's nothing to
Well,
grab.
you can still grab it,
Then
but
what-
I mean,
yeah, what are we
like
doing
your
then?
shirt's not coming up, and like your pants aren't coming down. Like it is one unit.
Fair.
So I mean, I
But why not? But why not wrestle in like a mechanic's jumper?
because that would be very uncomfortable to wrestle in. So I feel like it would be a singlet
gi
or it'd
is
be like
number one.
a bodysuit almost.
Gi or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was a fight a couple weekends ago.
I mean, I get it, but
I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it.
The dude was grabbing his shorts, and I thought he was trying to, like, stop the position being changed by, like, threatening to pull his pants. And I was like, whoa, what a dirty fucking thing that was. And then when I watched it again, I was like, oh, he probably just rolls with a gi all the time because he, like, grabbed the belt.
Yeah, the
you know,
normal
like,
thing. Yeah.
But it definitely looked
I only roll with
terrible.
gi.
I only roll.
I only do gi work.
Well, you're more technical.
That's me.
You're more the art,
Fuck out.
Yeah, I'm more about, you know, the origins of it. You know, I'm not.
which is where.
Hmm?
You're
What?
wearing headphones. I'm talking into a microphone. And we're 2 feet away from each
What'd
other.
you say?
You didn't hear me?
Excuse me?
You're reading my lips.
No. Thailand. China? No.
Oof.
It's not Brazil, because that's the other type of jiu-jitsu. No gi.
Brazilian
That would be-
jiu-jitsu.
That's no gi.
Still gi. Just Brazilian
gi?
jiu-jitsu. No gi is no gi.
Well, let's work this out, though. 'Cause
Where do you think, what does jiu-jitsu sound like it'd be from?
Jiu-jitsu, Japan.
Yes.
Is that where it came from?
Sometimes, this is my game show idea that I
Sometimes
would
you look
love
at
to
root
do.
words.
You go up to people and you ask them a question where the stereotype, there's a stereotypical answer. You can be like, "Where does it sound like it's from?" And you go, I don't know."
Ping pong.
You go, "For $10, what does it sound like it's from?" Japan. All right, was that hard?
You're a racist. And then at the end, they're racist.
Well, yeah, you keep upping the ante.
Yeah.
And like, who stole this woman's purse? How would anyone?
We just
How
show.
would anyone be able to know that?
We just show
Shovel line
videos
up
of
or
3
something.
guys, 2
Yeah.
white guys walking past the woman, and then the black guy steals it. It could have been any of them who stole it. We stole it. We're not saying it's one specific person or anything. They just have to guess who stole the purse.
I don't feel comfortable. $100.
For $50, answer the question.
I
Was it Keith, Brenton, or Tyrone? My gut's
my
telling.
grandson's name is Keith, so I don't feel.
I don't
like
feel
it-
comfortable. His best friend is Brenton.
I've always liked.
Damn
the
it, I'm
name.
going with Tyrone. Ding, 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 ding,
You
ding,
don't
ding,
get
ding,
the-
ding,
You
ding.
don't get the $50. I don't believe your reasoning.
I don't believe
you have
that.
a grandson.
I don't believe that.
believe.
Show me pictures of your grandson.
Show me pictures.
Show me pictures.
Prove you're not racist.
Which one of these men would be...
Tyrone, get out here.
Tyron, come out. Which one of these men would be squatting down smoking a cigarette? Keith, Jim, or Ming Chang? It's Ming Chang.
I had a friend named Ming Ku.
Really?
He used to make crazy things out of Post-its.
Like what? Like origami? I remember when people would do that shit in
You
school.
remember the thing that was like an octagon, and then you would shift it into a ninja star, and I'd be like, bro,
Yeah.
this is fucking witchcraft. What you're doing?
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Like, this could be sold in stores, and you're just making them. Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, I used to always like I would see kids with those, and I would be like, "Can I have one?" Like, can you- can you-
to each other. He would I had
you
an
make me
arsenal.
one?
He armed me, bro. And then the teacher would come by. You're like, it's cool, octagon, ha ha ha. And then,
bitch.
okay,
I used to make slingshots out of pencils and rubber bands, and then we would fling shit across the classroom.
sling shit.
Sling shit, slingshot.
You wouldn't fling it. You'd sling it.
Hey, I like that.
I never understood how people use the sling. That like
I feel
They
like
would
it's
throw
not
that rock.
hard because it's just
when do you release though?
when
Because you have to release the one,
throw it.
but
I
you're
would
doing
imagine
this.
You're going like this, and you just kind of.
I guess yeah, you'd get good at it if that's
I've
all
always
you're
wanted
doing.
to throw a bolo.
Is that like the
knife? Like a
The-
bolo knife?
The 2
Boomerang
balls,
thing?
Oh, that thing.
and you like
The
catch
Batman
it around
thing.
someone's
The
ankles.
Batman thing.
Oh, you ever played that game
What?
with the what's it called?
Tetherball.
They got like a couple beams across, and they have like 2 tennis balls.
Yeah,
like, 2 golf balls with a string on it.
Oh, really?
And you like
Fuck,
try to
what
fling
is that
it
called?
and like wrap it around the.
It's like the ladder. It's like ladder. It's like a ladder, right?
My
Yeah.
like grandma had it. It's like some old ass shit. It's a fun game.
Yeah. I remember we played that in gym class once.
Yeah, it's up there with what's it called?
And I do remember kids taking those things and trying to fucking Batman
Yeah, bolo
somebody.
somebody. Just get their legs together.
Sure.
Shing!
I would literally just be like, all right, just go run around the yard now, and just be like, fucking, just be swinging it.
Imagine getting good at it. You have kids. Fucking
ain't going
get
nowhere,
over here.
motherfucker.
Shing! Go down.
Like
I always
a
wanted
cowboy
it.
with
I
a
always wanted a
lasso.
net gun.
Net gun would be good.
That's dangerous. You get a net gun.
Thump.
See, I want a net gun in theory, but when you see a net gun, it's like that thing is fucking huge.
Is it? I've never seen one.
Like,
It's gotta be.
girthy.
cause yeah, it's gotta take the
Oh,
net.
because
It's gotta have like a
it's
CO2
the front
or
on it's like
something.
this
Yeah.
because it has to
To
throw
fucking-
the net. Yeah,
I
that
want a
makes
net
sense.
gun like how SpongeBob had like the.
That's what I was
little
envisioning.
handgun.
I want a
thing.
flamethrower.
Can you buy those?
Elon
Musk was
Musk?
selling them.
Oh yeah, that's also just a big butane torch.
That's all the flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Why did you say that? Like that wasn't cool.
I mean, it's cool, but like, I don't
You
think
want
the
it to,
flame.
like-
The flame only goes like this far. I don't think.
Right, but do you want it to like actually like
I want
spew out?
I want a
like,
20-foot flame.
liquid that's gonna ignite shit on fire. I think that would then be illegal.
That's probably illegal. They used to
We
put.
banned assault rifles, but thank God we
Yeah.
kept those flamethrowers.
I remember as a kid, me and my dad were watching Saving Private Ryan when they fucking torched that bunker.
Oh yeah.
And I remember my dad telling me, he was like, they would mix the stuff, or I asked him, I was like, what's in the flamethrower? Just gasoline? And he was like, no, it's like napalm or something.
Yeah, so we'd be tarry.
So it would stick to you, and you would fucking just burn.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when they fucking run, yeah.
Be in the water, that shit's still gonna be on fire.
Can you imagine being in a bunker?
Like Martian Manhunter.
Can you imagine being in a bunker and then just smelling like napalm, being like, bro, we got to get the fuck out of here. We're gonna fucking burn alive.
Could you imagine being that guy with a giant fucking bomb strapped to your back? You got a flame and you're just running at the enemy. Everyone's trying to be like, no,
I'm sure
shoot
they shot
that
you
guy.
first, yeah.
Shoot that
Hey,
guy.
if you're gonna shoot any of these people, it's that guy.
real.
That guy and the medic.
Yeah, but he wasn't thinking about that in the camp when he was like, "Holy shit! give it here.
Flamethrower?
Give it here.
Sign me up.
I'm in.
Dibs,
I'm senior on
dibs.
duty. Give me that. I got dibs."
God,
Ugh,
that's fucked up.
that'd be wild as
That'd
hell,
be insane.
man. I can only imagine.
You also can't like. It's not like you could just whip that out when like
Draw.
if it's yeah.
pulls around the corner at
No,
you.
yeah. It's not like it's not like
Get a high noon whistle. Da-da-da-da.
it's not like you're clearing like a room with like a flamethrower. Like you have to send in like your buddies, and then like is everybody out of that room of like our guys? Cool. All right, now I'm going in.
Flamethrower is more like
You can't
you're
just
fucking
shoot-
up a town. Like
Yeah.
you send people
Yeah.
in with guns first, kill the people who have guns on their side. Then you send in your flamethrower, just fucking raise a town.
Dude, they would do fucking crazy shit. And they would fucking just go into like how they have like the
Burn
holes and
villages
shit.
down. Yeah.
They would fucking just go like right to the hole and just shoot it down there, and the flame would just go fucking everywhere. Just everyone in that fucking tunnel would get.
That's
cooked.
like I remember. I don't know if it was some senator or some guy that runs a corporate, some shit. He was like advertised as like this Vietnam hero. I'm a hero, blah, blah, blah. I guess he just stepped down because he was like, I can't do this anymore. I murdered like I've murdered like 20 innocent people. I raped an endless amount of women. Like I fucking
Jesus.
burned houses down. Like I'm not a hero. I can't do this anymore. Which good on him for doing that, but
Yeah, I was gonna admit.
Bad on the rape, but
bad on the rape. But yeah, just all that shit was like fuck.
I could only imagine fucking being that guy with the flamethrower going up to a enemy bunker, lighting him on
Oh,
fire,
I
and then
bet that.
going home afterwards to like my wife and kids, being like,
I burned.
"Hey
it.
guys."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just remember their faces just burning, screaming, running at me.
Did you ever see the tanks that shot flames?
Yeah, dude, holy shit.
Dude, they go like 80 feet
That's
or
some scary
100 or
shit.
like 300 feet. Just
You're just
Imagine
hanging
how
out
hot
and you
that
see
tank
that
is.
thing coming at you. You just got like a pistol or like a rifle. You're
Yeah.
just like, well, I'm dying today, guys.
I heard the average life expectancy for a tank crew was about 45 minutes.
Jesus.
They just kept fucking just switching them out. Just
Yeah, Well, I guess the Germans had better tanks.
Oh, the Germans have great
Mercedes.
tanks.
They had
for
Mercedes
us,
tanks.
or against us, yeah.
Powered by IBM.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Tiger tank.
It was quantity over quality
Yeah.
that won. So
Yes.
you know what? Fuck you and your BMW.
Exactly.
It's weird that the expression
Get the
became
Panzerschreck.
opposite when-
Yeah.
That's
Once we
not-
switched it around.
Yeah. It's classic rewriting history.
Yeah.
Did you know that
It's written by the winners.
we didn't call it sauerkraut during World War II? It was called victory cabbage.
We didn't call them French fries neither, bud.
Freedom
Once-
fries,
once
brother.
being raided, and then France said it was bad.
Said,
Freedom
hey,
fries.
fuck yourself, queer bait.
Calling these freedom fries, brother.
I love just how stupid Americans are with that shit. It's like, you know what? No, fuck you.
Fuck you. How about this?
It's funny when the UFC is in like England and France and stuff, and all these other countries show like their patriotism by having like songs and stuff, and it's like we think of ourselves as being very patriotic, but then like we don't really have we have like our national anthem, but they have like all their like sporting things they do. You know, we don't really have anything like
What's
that.
that song we had to sing in school?
I think it's 'cause
From
we're
the
so big.
land or
It's enough
from
of that.
to the sea.
She
blah, blah,
to
blah.
shining sea.
Oh,
Yeah, that one.
I know that one from a Disney movie. I didn't have to sing that in school.
I had to sing that in
to sing
school,
it.
and I
Also
think,
didn't
and
go
then I
to
think
any
we had to play it
concerts
on the
or anything.
recorder. Remember the recorder, that fucking whistle?
Across
That fucking rape
bonds,
whistle
across
with-
bonds.
It's a rape whistle with notes.
True.
If you give me that thing, I can still play Hot Cross Buns.
Oh yeah.
I'm like 99% certain.
Every once in a while, my sister picks up a recorder and just hammers it for 10 minutes before I'm like,
Shut the fuck up! I can't fucking handle this.
Yeah, that was awful.
Were you guys in band? At all?
Nah, my parents loved me.
growing up.
I played the clarinet for half a year.
I always wish I played like the violin or something cool.
I tried playing a violin once.
My
It's hard.
schools didn't have like
fucking
shit
hard as
like
fuck, I
that.
would imagine.
My schools didn't have shit like that
Really?
until I got here.
Well, you grew up in the inner city.
I don't know if
In
that's
the
true.
ghetto.
Ghetto. You're in the projects.
He was a minority, actually.
Started from the
I
bottom,
was essentially,
and now we're here.
People were hate crimed against me. Yes,
Yes.
is how I remember things.
You grew up
Bing
a
was his only
minority.
nice friend.
A wide eye.
That's why he had to have all the shuriken ready.
Yes.
Thank you. I had to ingratiate myself into the community.
Like, no, guys, see, I'm Asian too. It's cool.
See,
it's
see.
cool.
Cool.
Odele.
I can hang with Dragon Ball Z trivia with the best.
It's fine.
You guys like anime. I like anime. You like martial arts. I like
You got
martial
Beavis and
arts.
Butthead socks on?
Yeah.
You see that new movie? Oh, no, you don't have Paramount.
No.
Are you poor or something?
No, I'm waiting for my
Did you see that
friend
new
to
movie?
Give me the password.
No, I don't have it either.
It's good. It's funny. They mixed it terribly, though.
Damn, look at us.
All the voices come out of the left back speaker if you watch it in surround sound.
Ooh, I would not. I would not do that then.
Terrible.
Torture.
Do you have to work?
No, not today.
Oh, nice.
Or yeah, today, but later.
No, not today. Well, today.
Tonight.
Tonight.
Well, people, another great episode.
A little something extra for you this week.
A little extra
Try.
change, a little something, just a little something extra, put in your back pocket, save it for later.
Maybe you only want to do an hour this week. Spread the rest of the 20 minutes out throughout the week.
Yeah.
A little something.
TikTok, bullshit, stuff. Watch the pod. It's good shit.
Quality.
We're back every week. Same crew. You fuckers take care.
Yes.